Good evening, everyone. Monday, June 17, 2019. Hope you all had a great weekend. I hope everyone had a great weekend. As you can tell, I'm from Texas because I say y'all. How's it going? Good evening. Good evening. Hey, it's Monday again, and you know what that means. It's right, start of another work week. But hey, you know, we're just on the heels of whatchamacallit there, Father's Day. So all you dads out there, hope you had a great day. Hope it was good for you. It was good for me. However, well, we'll get into last night different. A little too much partying, I guess, going on. But that's all right. That's what happens sometimes. We excess. Let's just say that. Excess. But hey, sometimes a purge is a good thing. A purge is a good thing. Actually, it truly is. But I'll get into that later on. We want to talk about sports. That's what Monday is. So it's sports and leadership. Kudos to the women's national team. Sunday defeated Chile, 3-0. So congratulations. They're locked into the 16 round. Not the 16th round. Yeah, the round of 16. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, they're locked in. They're in the playoffs now. They've made it. They've locked it in because of their points for. So kudos to them. Who else? What else got going on? Oh yeah, today, Monday, just found out. Journeyman quarterback Josh McCown. 17 years in the league, 8 different teams. He was drafted by the Cardinals, and then the Lions. He went over to the Lions, and he went over to the Oakland Raiders. Then he went to the Carolina Panthers, and he moved on over to the Chicago Bears there for a while. He did okay there. Then moved over to Tampa Bay, which he did okay there too, because it was good enough to move him to the Browns. Well, okay. And then he got drafted by the Jets, and he had his greatest season last season, but it didn't look like they were going to keep him because they got Darnold. Oh, I forgot his full name. The Jets drafted him, so you know that kind of changed, put a damper and everything. But again, 17 years, 8 teams, and this guy's on the verge of being 40 years old. That's a lot of work. Is that right? 17 years, 40 years old. Does that calculate right to what? 23? That's about right. Anyway, moving on. So that's a good thing. So kudos to Josh McCown. Congratulations for sticking to it, for playing with passion, doing something he likes. Obviously, he loved what he was doing because, again, he stuck around for this long and he kept getting better. Because, folks, when your last season is one of the best seasons you've ever had, you know that you were just incrementally getting better. So he goes out on top. And kudos to him. Going out on top is definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to be. And as leaders, you set the example. You set the example not for those Tom Brady, Brett Favre caliber players. No, you set the standard for all the other ones, the ones that are just below that great, because again, they're the ones playing. They have the capacity to be great. They have the capability to be great. They have the skills. They have the wisdom. They have the knowledge to be great. But at some point, they give up. Josh McCown showed them how to stick to it, how to stick to your passion and succeed. I mean, this guy traveled, but again, he didn't find one place to call home. He liked the traveling. Obviously, you know, after 8 teams, that really says a lot about your frequent flyer miles. No, what it does say is that you love the game, you have a passion for the game, and it's like that quote says, if you do something you love, you will never work a day in your life. So he didn't win any Super Bowls, but that's not important. What's important here is that he played. He's outlasted a lot of the Super Bowl winner quarterbacks in their time, their duration. So again, kudos to him. Followers, look at that. Don't just give up because things get tough. Don't just give up because things are not going your way, because you got cut, you got traded, it didn't work out, it wasn't what you planned. You had your whole life planned this way. I'm more sure Josh McCown didn't plan on playing for 8 different teams, but he did. He stuck to it, and that's what I'm trying to say. Is it'll seem hard, it'll seem difficult, but when it's all happening, you know, you're going to look back, and he's going to look back on his awesome career. How many people get to say they played for 8 different teams and still came out on top, played the best season was his last season? Yeah, see, typically when quarterbacks, you know, they start to fade away and then they start to linger and then they start to, you know, they refuse to let go. And their performance is already showing it, and they just refuse to see the writing on the wall. This guy saw the writing on the wall, but again, this guy saw the writing that it was good. So again, stick to it. Sticking to it. Find what you do. Find what you want to do. Love what you do. Keep delivering on what you do. And you're never going to work a day in your life. So whatever Josh McCown's up to next, we're going to find out. And what we're going to do next is we're going to end this episode. I wish everyone a good evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We're going to talk about, well, in the news. And man, there's a lot of stuff in the news today. It's insane. But in the meantime, keep sticking to it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep hustling. Keep grinding. Because you know what? That's the only way. That's the only way. There's no other way. There's no shortcuts. You've got to hustle and grind. You've got to work for it. No one's going to hand you $1 million. Just remember that. I know it's a fantasy. It's a dream. But, you know, if you work for it, that fantasy, that dream becomes a reality. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good evening.